Yo, what up, guys? GFX. And sorry I haven't posted a Minecraft in a while. I've just been, busy with playing Modern Warfare 2 and doing other things that I just haven't had the time to sit down and play some Minecraft, some good old games of Minecraft. And I definitely missed this game. It's been a while. Uh, I don't exactly remember what I was doing the last time I played because I don't really like look back on my videos. I just sort of do these and whatever comes to mind comes to mind. Whatever happens during the game happens. And I know there's a lot of new subscribers out there. For all you new subscribers, if you don't watch Minecraft, I understand that. There are some people on my channel who love it, so I'm gonna definitely do Minecraft videos. That picture change? I thought this was a different picture. It's weird. I don't know, but Jesus Christ. All right, let me see here. Go to bed because it's usually the camera works better in the day. The lighting's better. What do we got cooking? So we got something in here. Some soft stone. What do I talking? Smooth stone. I messed up the. Let me see here. Ayo, ayo. Wonder. Oh well. What else do you got in here? Some more smooth stone. I should probably just start building and maybe build into this rock over here. And try and figure out what I'm gonna do this way. Let me go look downstairs. I really don't remember. But there's a lot been happening, and for you guys that know about my Minecraft series, I usually like to talk about things that I don't normally talk about in my Call of Duty videos because I don't think they're appropriate. I think people come to watch Call of Duty because they want something that's high action, that's a little crazier. I know like some people. Oh, goddamn girl, you got a fat ass. But I know a lot of people come to watch Call of Duty because it's a little more high action. I mean, you can do vlogs on there, but you have to keep them a little more I say aggressive because in Minecraft it's really a chill game. There's not really like a demand to be like this super crazy at it. You know what I think I'll do is I don't know. Maybe I'll start working on this over here. Like working on making this a little better. Work on this hole right here. And maybe make it into like a room or something. I don't know. Something that's a little cooler than what it is right now. I think that's what I'll do. It kind of sounds fun. Let me see here. What do I got? I got my shovel. I should probably make a better shovel than that. Probably make like 3 of those shovels so I don't have a problem. I think this time I'm just going to clear this all out. And like I said, I like to talk about some random things. And today I'm going to talk about a few more dreams that I've had. A few more vivid dreams that I've had recently. And I don't know if these dreams have to do with, everyone thinking of 2012 being the end of the year or the end of times or whatever. But I need 2 of these. Thank you. But I recently was dreaming about, and for you guys that don't know, in the past I've had, I explained basically, when I was a kid, I used to have these dreams that would essentially come true. Not like all the time, but just there was a few times, and they were pretty crazy. Let me get these shovels. I should probably, let me see if I can. I need to steal another stone over here before this one cooks it all. Oh, is this one over here? Let me just throw. Actually, I'll keep some of them not in there. But I have enough pickaxes. But I had a few dreams earlier this week that were kind of weird. And one of them was I was driving back when I was living back home. I sort of lived in sort of like a small village outside of a city, of a larger city. It was like a sister city to the bigger city or whatever. And I remember driving home. It would be like a 20-minute drive home, especially coming from school and whatnot. So every day I'd take a 20-minute drive home, back from school, and that would be my bus ride. There was a bus that drove out there. But I remember, well, in my dream, my nephews were with me, and they were younger than they are now. Now they're in their 20s. Both my nephews are twins, and they're both 26. No, I'm kidding. They're both 21. I don't know why I said 26, but they're both 21, and they're really cool guys. But I grew up. In my dream, I was driving home. And there was like this, I look up in the sky, and I hear on the radio, they say like the water levels are rising, the sea levels are rising, and that slowly the moon is coming towards the earth, and that they're basically going on about some sort of natural disaster with the sun or with the moon. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand what it was. And I asked my nephews, I was like, what's going on up, with the moon? I don't know what's going on. They're like, well, the sea levels rose. And the sea levels rose because the ice caps have melted. And since the sea levels have rose, and the reason why the ice caps melted were because the Earth was hit with 2 sun flares. And they're hit on the opposite ends of the Earth. And since the sea levels rose, the axis from which the moon circles around the Earth basically became more dense. And since it became more dense, the gravity became thicker. And since the gravity became thicker, it seemed like the moon was getting basically shoved towards the Earth. Not only that, but another sun flare came in and hit the moon, and it was actually heading towards the Earth again, but the moon shielded the Earth from getting hit by another sun flare. And when and I was like, wow, like I didn't understand it all at once, but once I thought about it after I woke up and everything, I was like, wow, okay, I understand the logic behind it, but I'm not sure if it makes sense. But regardless, I remember in the dream, my nephew was I was like, so what does this mean? And they're like, look up in the sky. And I look up into the sky and I see like a huge like flare, like what you would see on one of those space channels or whatever, like just a huge flare coming out from the moon. It was like there was a volcano on the moon. And I'm looking at the moon, and then the moon starts to crumble. And it looked like a volcano, like it was starting to not explode, but it just looked like it was collapsing. And as I started like looking at it, pieces of it started falling towards the Earth. And I got really freaked out because I was driving home and I saw all these pieces coming down. They're like, don't worry about the pieces. They said on the news that the pieces would not by the time they got to the air or to where we're at, they would be the size of pebbles, and they would not deal a great bit. They would not hurt anyone, even if the pieces fell on people, because by the time they got to us, they'd be all burned up, and they'd be really small. So there'd be no point in worrying about what's gonna happen to those pieces. And I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And now I think about it, I'm like, that's kind of crazy, but that's just what was happening in my dreams, and I didn't know what to think about it. Like when I woke up, obviously I was like in sweats. I was sweating, and I was like, I felt scared for a little bit. I was like, what, thoughts come in my mind, like, what if that really happens? And I know in the past there have been times where I've thought of things that have, like disasters that have happened, and they haven't played out like in those time zones, but they definitely have played out in some point in time. Like I said in my last commentary, I think that we are all connected to nature in some way, and something like that. Whether it's a dream that is a premonition, or whether it's just maybe it has to do with something else that has to do in my life. Like I don't know. There's also this. I've also read that dreams are basically your memory dump. So say if you well, there are things that happen. There are all kinds of things that happen in your brain while even when you're conscious, that are happening unconsciously. And a lot of times, when you're thinking about things, or during your day, there'll be a lot of thoughts and stuff like that that go through your brain that you don't even realize, you're not conscious of. And these thoughts are, they're subliminal. They can be like subliminal thoughts, like thoughts that are just from your subconscious, that stuff that you don't really process that stuff that you don't process at all. And I was thinking about, like, well, what could this mean? Like, what kind of unprocessed thought is this? Like, what? I just don't understand it, and I don't know if I'm supposed to understand it. But regardless, that's what I dreamed about. I got to think about a way to make this feasible. Maybe I'll just make this a room. Yeah, I know what I'll do. I'll just make this a room. Kind of like a level. But, that's the more I think about the dream, the more, like, I get convinced that, it's just obviously it's just a dream, but the more I get convinced that maybe, hold on, I can sleep down here, so it's fine. I have it on peaceful. For you guys that are new to this, I've tried playing this on non-peaceful, and it's just annoying, to be honest. Like, having to deal with creepers and everything. So I play this on non-peaceful. I mean, I play this on peaceful. I don't play it on any of the, like, hard or normal or anything. And I've already played the first few times on the hard setting, or not on the hard setting, but a normal setting, and it was pretty much a nuisance. It wasn't really that fun, but I can definitely do it if there's I think most of the people just want to hear what I have to say. So being, like, interconnected, I actually someone sent me a link to a guy that basically covered, or it's a part of a movie, and I don't remember what movie it was. Someone said in one of the past comments, it was this guy that basically was talking about aliens, and he was saying that aliens are pretty much human beings in the future, and that UFOs are spaceships. UFOs are ships that are time machines, basically. And a lot of people are afraid of aliens, thinking that, they might be, they call them extraterrestrials, not future, like, future terrestrials. And I think that's a great idea, that, maybe they are just humans. Maybe there's like in the future, maybe there's like a museum or something of us and the way we look, and they're looking at how we evolved. They're studying us, and if you were, like, imagine if we were to go back and if we were able to go back to, like, to see Neanderthals, like cavemen essentially, and we were able to go back in time and study them. Do you not think that we would go back in time, steal one of them, abduct them, and not care about their family, and basically, use them as a test subject? We do that now. I mean, we do that with creatures that are alive now. So I don't know what makes people think that we would not do that, just because we're the humans that we are now. Obviously, in the future, we're gonna have a lot to deal with, whole lot of different problems to deal with, and it might not be this. We might not have the same stuff. We might not have a moon. Who knows? Like, maybe the reason why we change shape or become more like what you see as an alien is because we've evolved because we've had to evolve because of the moon going away. You never know. And I'm just thinking out loud, I don't really know about any of the sciences or anything like that, but just thinking about, changes that could happen in the future. Like, I'm not saying the moon's going to explode or anything like that. But you never know. You never know when an asteroid could just crash into the earth and destroy everything. And I always think about those things. I think that last stream was pretty crazy. Just watching the moon, like the picture of the moon just exploding, and just watching it fall to earth was pretty crazy. And I woke up. Like I said, I was in sweats, and I was just. It was just crazy. I couldn't. If that were to actually happen, I would be freaked out. I don't know what I'd do. But then again, like, who knows what everyone else would do? I'm sure, like, there would be some crazy people out there doing some really off the wall things, and there'd be a lot of these like religious groups out there, doing some crazy things too, like killing themselves. I mean, look at the Hale-Bopp comet when that came. How many of these groups like popped up out of nowhere and started killing themselves? Like, that was crazy. So you never know when stuff like that happens. People tend to freak out, and they don't really want to take like a scientific. They don't want to just sit there calmly and assess their situation. They kind of want to jump to conclusions, and the people who are panicking, they just want somebody to tell them everything's okay. And in a lot of this is when people get really vulnerable to answers. And you get stuff like religion, where people basically want to give you the easiest answer, to the world's, to questions that maybe a scientist can't answer at this point in time. And I think that's a bad habit of humans, of human beings. And we're all guilty of that. It doesn't just apply to belief systems. It applies to a lot of things in life. There's a lot of things that we just want to find like simple solutions to every day. Every day people go to McDonald's, and they mindlessly walk in there. McDonald's is, whoever designed the McDonald's franchise is a genius. The way working in advertising like I do, I mean, I understand how that whole operation works. If you think about the menu system, okay, the point of design is to make your consumers to make the people who are going to view your advertising design not having to think. Like, the whole idea is to make your advertising, your design, so that the person who's looking at it will not have to open up, will not have to think in their brain, because your brain's a muscle. And if you think about it like that, there are people are genuinely lazy. They're not genuinely. People are lazy to use their brains, because their brain's a muscle. It's just like if you don't have to use your arms to pick up something, you won't. So since they don't have to use their brain their brain as a muscle to do certain things, like they'll just be inclined to do that. They'll just be inclined to go and eat it. Like, they'll definitely sacrifice their health just so they can get a cheap thrill, or a cheap something really quick and easy. And the way they design the menus and everything, you can walk in there mindlessly. You don't need to think at all. Like, if you look at the way that everything's designed, there's two colors. The reason why McDonald's has two colors, red and yellow. Red and yellow signify ketchup and mustard. That's been said plenty of times over, but it goes way more into that. Yellow and red are colors that are for colors that alert people. People associate red and yellow as colors that alert, especially red, and they're warm colors that basically will signify you that it's kind of like comfort food or something like that. And the more you get stimulated by that combination of colors. And then if you look at, the way the burger is designed to, it's aerodynamically designed. not only is it aerodynamically designed, it's round, so there's no corners to deal with. I mean, it is the most well designed food that is out there. Like, even like the menu system, you look at the menu system there, you get to McDonald's, you don't even have to know how to read. You don't have to know how to, you don't have to really know what you want. You kind of get there and there's like 6 or 7 choices, and they're all very simple for you to choose from. There's no there's nothing really to think about. I mean, they have like chicken nuggets, and they have everything in like 1, 2, 3. Like, here's option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can walk in there like drunk or whatever, like not thinking, not knowing what you want, and figure out. And they even have pictures for you to look at. I mean, it is incredibly well designed. It is something that, when you actually go to graphic design school, or when you go for a school for design, or when you go to if you go to school for marketing or business or anything like that, I mean, you'll learn about all the little things that companies do to make life really easy for their customers. And McDonald's is McDonald's is probably whoever designed it is a genius. That's all I gotta say. It is really well built, and I'm just amazed that that it's so effective. But then again, like, when they break it down and show you the color schemes and how everything works, then it makes total sense. And my goal as a designer for an advertising firm is to pretty much come up with solutions that people don't have to think about when they're looking at my design. And it's hard to do that because one of the rules of design is design should be built to inform, not to alert. But then you see like other people who do designs and whatnot, and their stuff is to alert you. So if you guys, and all this isn't because of my schooling. It's mostly because I've thought about it for a while, and being working in the field, and it's kind of like, it's a mild form of psychology. I guess it'd be social psychology to a degree. I'm not a psychologist at all. I work as a graphic designer, and these are just things that I've run across, and these are just things that you think about as you work in the field. And I don't know, guys, if you guys can think of any examples of some really great design like that, like something that you run into every day, maybe like subways. How does subways work? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on that. I definitely think it's an interesting field to study, especially if you guys are thinking about what you're wanting to do in the future. So for now, I got this room built. I'm probably gonna build under here as well. I think it'll look really cool, having a room under here and having a room on like through this little hole over here. I think this is starting to look pretty cool. I'll probably make this a roof right here all the way across, and then around here, and then for now, this is what I've done so far. And I hope you guys take some thought. Actually, in the description below, I'll put a link to an article I read about McDonald's, and it'll give you, it's actually the article that I'm referencing in this commentary, and you guys can check it out if you're interested in advertising, or if you're interested, even if you're just curious about what I've been talking about. And I think you guys will understand it. I appreciate you guys checking out my videos, and I hope you guys have an epic day. Sorry about not having a lot of Minecraft. I'll definitely have some more. I'll definitely try and get some more Minecraft out there, and I hope you guys have an epic day. Peace out.
God damn, girl, you got a fat ass.